a very warm welcome to Daily Dispatch powered by HSBC. I'm Priya Sheth, and here's our news roundup for the day. The submission window for the FinTech Hackathon 2022, organized by the Niti Aayog in partnership with PhonePe and Setu, closed today. The winners will be announced on February 28th. Visit the Niti Aayog FinTech Open Month website for all the details. A very warm welcome to Daily Dispatch powered by HSBC. I'm Priya Sheth. Joining me on this very interesting conversation is Aanchal Saini from Flyrobe. Thank you very much, Aanchal, for joining us today. I want to begin by talking a little bit about how the online rental market has taken off amid this pandemic, because this concept of renting out clothes, especially expensive clothes when it comes to weddings and parties, has been a trend that we're seeing more and more traction for. So tell us a little bit about how it's panned out over the last couple of months.
Absolutely. I'm glad to be here, Priya. And, for us, the journey has been like quite opposite of a normal retail stores, because, we started our businesses completely online, and then we moved to an omni-channel and a retail sort of approach. Whereas, during the pandemic, it's just been the contrary for most businesses. So, of course, when the COVID 2020 March hit, so we were extremely affected because we are completely a wedding-based service, and since there were no weddings happening, and as a obviously company, we had no idea how to survive with zero revenues, like most startups and most businesses. But of course, as we grew in the space, I feel the organic growth in this rental space has been immense during this past 2 years. The reason being, before this, we were there's something called CAC, like a customer acquisition cost, which a new product or a service has to really spend, and that CAC amount is pretty high for the users to try a service. So, as Flyrobe, I sort of understand that, we are not just like a rental company that, people are renting from elsewhere and we tell them to come and rent from us. They are trying rental as a service for the first time. So, we carry that immense burden of changing that mindset. If a person doesn't like our service, they'll probably never try rentals again. From buying to renting, they're sort of converting. And during these 2 years, the organic conversion and organically people trying rentals without us spending a lot of dollars in marketing, etc., has been really high. The graph of organic conversion has been really, really high. Reasons being, one, that of course, as a company, as a sustainable company, we've been talking about sustainability and mindful consumption for several years. But only during these 2 years, when all of us have spent a lot of time at home, the Indian consumer decided to think about sustainable options. And secondly, of course, we cannot ignore the financial aspect of it. That, people are hit, and then wherever you see a chance of sort of where you can save money, why not? So these are the few reasons that, we've seen a lot of conversion happening. And mainly so, one more important thing is that all of us have spent too much time at home. So, we are against cluttering our closets and keeping things that we don't use anymore. And most of the product that we provide, it is a one-time wear, like a wedding attire, or maybe you get going to a wedding. It's just a one-time wear. Pictures are clicked, and then you don't want to see that again. And there's a lot of money which is spent on the product.
Right. Interesting perspective about that. Tell us a little bit about what kind of growth momentum you've seen and what 2022 really looks like for you.
Okay, so Priya, in terms of growth matrix, I think as a company, earlier we were focusing only on the supply angle of it. Like, we were just sort of catering to the demand. Like, people wanted clothes from, it was just like a one-way street for Flyrobe and society. But now we've developed like a two-way street where, we take from the society and we also give to the society. So this also, there is a concept called C2C in our business. So when you talk about Flyrobe inventory, inventory has two parts. One is company-owned inventory and one is a marketplace inventory. The marketplace inventory has two components again: designer-owned inventory, where designers put their stuff on rent via Flyrobe, and the consumer-owned inventory, where users can put their expensive designer stuff for rent through Flyrobe and make money off their closet, which is completely like an NPA. They're not wearing those clothes again. They are very expensive. They have no resale place that they can go and resell those ethnic garments. So this concept of ours has been popular since past 3 to 4 years, but post COVID, we've seen immense growth. Reason being, before COVID, a girl got married. She's kept that wedding lehenga in her bed box for a year minimum, and now she realizes, look, I haven't worn it for a year. I should give it out. As on date, we are getting products as new as 4 day old. She got married 4 days ago. She wants the out of her sight immediately, and when she can make money out of something, why not? So the CTC model has been really a hit, which I feel has been a game changer for the company, a complete game changer. Reason being, reason completely being because now it's we call ourselves, obviously we've been calling ourselves a sustainable company, and the product and the service is such that one product is, it's like an asset utilization.
Right.
One asset has been used by multiple people, so those multiple people are not buying those multiple assets, and so much so forth, we are saving the environment, etc. But now I feel that existing assets also, which are currently there with the users, we've put them to use. So this completely turns around the kind of the service we've been providing for the future.
Right. Tell us a little bit about what kind of revenue targets do you set for yourself at the end of this financial year. What kind of revenues are you looking at?
So we are looking to now it's a phase that we are looking for like a back to pre-COVID numbers with a little bit of growth. So we should be doing between easily over like a $2 million this year. We should be able to do that because we've seen good recovery despite of in fact 2 lockdowns that we faced as a company in this year. We should be recovering well this year.
Right, Aanchal, tell us a little bit about any new categories that you'll be launching in the collection.
So yes, we did. We've launched jewelry, but only at the store level right now. We're just experimenting with how it goes before we do it complete online this thing. And yeah, of course, a new category which is launched in the past 2 years because of COVID being one of the major reasons that number of functions for a wedding have gone down. So the young couple, they really need to do something more exciting. So the pre-wedding shoot is something which has become like a mandatory function as such, mandatory events that people do. So we did launch a lot of products for pre-wedding shoots like those tail gowns and tuxedos for the men. So that's done pretty well for us. This is what we've done. We are thinking of launching like a maternity collection for shoots, etc. Jewelry is something that we've been really thinking of doing big now because we've got very, very good response. And of course, the standard categories like the bridal, groom inventory, lehengas, gowns, and arkalis for wedding guests also are definitely doing very well since the inception.
Right, Aanchal, thanks so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, and we wish you all the very best for your journey ahead. Thanks for your time.